MONAD back with another MONAD update. Kuru Exchange has surpassed $1 billion in total trading volume. It's still early, jump in today. So if you take a look at decentralized exchanges like we see with Uniswap, Aerodrome, Jupiter, Radium, how much those projects were successful and how well they did with the success of the chain that they were built on, having a ton of users, a ton of trading volume. Overall, this is a good sign. As you can see, $1 billion in mainnet DEX volume, decentralized exchange volume. This is a great sign for MONAD. This means that users are actually using the chain. People are actually trading on MONAD and there's things being done, right? So this is not a ghost chain. There's a ton of L1s out there that aren't being used. They're considered ghost chains, meaning how will the project do well if it's not getting mass adopted? Now, what's the cause of this $1 billion in trading volume? Not completely sure, but I'm sure one of the reasons is I'm not sure of all the reasons, but I'm sure one of the reasons is the stablecoin adoption that MONAD has going for it, right? Like I said, all L1s are going to find their own path and their own lane, right? Obviously, there's also, liquidity, institutional investors, traditional finance, people in crypto in general. When market conditions are bad like this, what do they look for? They look for yield. They look for earning APR. They look for earning passive income, because if you don't want to do leverage trading, because that's extremely difficult. You don't want to spot buy coins only and wait for months with making no money at all. How about using DeFi, liquidity pools, right? Being an LP provider, earning some passive income. So here you have Kuru, the trading hub for MONAD. It has its own different stable coins. We recently got Coinbase BTC on MONAD as well. And if you took at the yield vaults, MONAD with Agora USDC, it's Agora USDC, right? Or did I pronounce it wrong? AGUSD or AUSD, right? AUSD. I just want to make sure it's the correct name. AUSD, okay. So here's a vault right here with MONAD peer to AUSD. If you're, research liquidity pools, etc., you'll see that you can earn 5.79% APR if you provide a pool with MONAD peer to AUSD, right? And also you could see that with USDC as well, a 0.6% passive income. So you're gonna be earning yield passively while you just hold your MONAD bags, right? Peer to stable coins, not much risk there, right? The only risk you have is if MONAD goes down, but you have risk if MONAD goes down anyway, right? So this is what the big money in the space are doing. They're focusing on yield. They're focusing on passive income, because earning some extra revenue on your crypto passively is a good bet to make, especially with the coins not going up. They also even have pools up to 13% here, right? 13%, 7%, and higher risk pools that are 124%. So it's really up to you to dive in and look into that. But I think that's probably where most of the trading volume is taking place. People are trying to find yields on coins, and being liquidity providers, pretty much, right? So they're gonna be doing that on all different peers. They're gonna find all kinds of peers. They're gonna be diving into the vaults, the reward system, as well, right? The vaults, right? 48% on a vault means like you lock your money up for an extended period of time, right? Whether it's a 3-month to 1 year time frame or more. This is why you're gonna see APRs up to 48% or APRs up to 51%, right? So that's why you're gonna see such higher APRs here, because your money's locked. Like, you can't just put it in the pool and then instantly take it out. You have to wait 3 months, 6 months, a year, depending on how long the vaults last for, right? So this is why you're gonna see these 48% APRs here in these vaults, right? And again, this is more. This is one of the things, the people who understand the space and have a lot more money. These are the types of things they participate in, right? You have like 100K. You could take like 20K out of that, 20, 30K out of that, and try to, use it for DeFi, right? Decentralized finance, LP pools, LP providers, locking it in vaults, right? Money that you won't touch, anytime soon. You believe in MONAD, and obviously a stable coin is not going to go anywhere. USDC is not going to go anywhere. So if you believe in MONAD, you lock, 10, 20%, 30% of your portfolio in a 51% vault, and then boom, all of a sudden you're earning passive income on that percentage of your portfolio. Rule of thumb for me personally, I don't stake, a lot or do LPs a lot. If I do engage in it, I'm only using a partial percent of my portfolio, right? Never the whole bag. Most of my bag I'll keep in spot, just hold that. And then the rest, like a small percent, like I said, 10 to 30% of the, bag or portfolio in, pools, right? Staking, LP pools, etc., right? And they're not difficult to set up an LP pool. You just have to peer some, like if you got 10,000 MONAD, for example, 5,000 MONAD in, one peer, right? In the Kuru exchange swap, right? When you're setting that up, and then another, whatever the 5,000 MONAD is worth, you do that same equivalent in AUSD or USDC, right? Do that same equivalent in those two pairs, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, you're providing LP. You're providing LP, right? And there's also tutorials as well. It's not that difficult to set up. I'm telling you guys, it's not. It really is not that difficult to set up, right? So that's more than likely, I would think, where that $1 billion mainnet DEX volume is coming from, with stablecoin yields, people earning APR on their stablecoins, passive income, right? LP pools, etc. So that's pretty awesome to see, right? That is pretty awesome to see. There's still, Nitro is going to be an amazing thing for developers of MONAD, for new developers as well. And I think this is going to be a great, event for the MONAD network as a whole, at large, right? So keep an eye on Nitro, right? Most teams will move slowly because no one forces clean decisions. Nitro will. It's time to compress 12 months into 12 weeks. Apply today, right? So overall, pretty nice stuff to see from Mon here. Mon sitting at 215 cent right now, holding steady here. Pretty great to see, right? I'm not sure if the market is bottom. Look at this, CoinMarketCap giving you the news about the Nitro program going live. This was February 10th, right? So, yeah, overall market not in a bad spot. Let me duplicate this. One sec, guys. I'm just want to show you. Overall market not in a bad spot. Bitcoin pulling back down under 70K once again. People think, hey, we're gonna go down for one more leg. Analysts like Benjamin Cohen say March is gonna be bullish, and then we crash down. So I'm not the best here. I'm not gonna make any crazy confident bets in the market here. I have exposure to the market. I'm gonna keep my exposure. If we crash down, like I said, I'd buy some more, right? The money I got on the sideline, I buy some more. So in my opinion, if you're in crypto and not have exposure, people say, oh, well, no trade is sometimes a trade. Nah, because things could change fast, and I'm trying to make money, okay? I'm trying to make money. Even if I don't have all the money I want in the market yet okay, who cares? I'm have something in, because if we bounce in March, well, you got an opportunity to make money. I would trade that. You train yourself for when it gets to easy mode again, you're better than most. And that way, because if you trade in the bad market conditions, when it becomes easy, you're going to be so good. You're going to be successful in most of your trades. That's how I see it. So, keeping an eye on everything here. MONAD in a good spot, going sideways, not crashing down, holding up very well compared to other altcoins. I think this is one of the better altcoins investments to make. Not getting much views on these MONAD videos, less than 200 views. But eventually, when this thing starts to run the 10 cents, that's when the views are going to come in as usual, right? Because the market makers, man, I think they suppress everything. They suppress views. They suppress prices, But they can't keep it up forever, right? So as always, thank you all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Join my Discord. Follow me on X. And also subscribe to my Clips channel where I post short form videos. If you got, you don't have much time to watch the long form, You watch the short form real quick, then you watch the long form when you do have time to do so. So thank y'all so much. I'll catch you in the next one. None of this is financial advice. I don't know if I said that, but I got to make that clear.